Hey y'all, what's up? So this is an planned, um, on-planned live. I just decided to hop on live um, today. I've just been busy with a lot of stuff, with moving, getting furniture items in, just to catch you guys up. Um, I finished my travels in Germany. I finished my grant program, and now I'm back in the U.S. Just getting settled into my apartment here, um, and yeah, just getting things together and in transition. So I'm so sorry I have been off for a while, but I always come back with new information as always. So stay tuned. If you're just trickling in, or if you're just coming to my channel now, make sure to subscribe. My channel is focused on everything travel related, and I also have some special news for those of you who are students. I noticed that some students are, finding my channel and wanting to learn more about how they can, study abroad, how you can study abroad or travel as well as a student right now and get funding. So in this video, I'll be getting more into that. So this video is especially for students, but those of you who are professionals as well, as always, this channel is really great for you because I try to cater to both of you guys. So like I said, this is a live, spontaneous live, so I'll just get into it as usual. Subscribe. Make sure if you have a question, do put it into the chat box. This is the best way to get in contact with me. If you want to, if you have any questions about travel or some of the awards that I'll be mentioning, just always make sure that you're tuned in to the YouTube channel. And guys, life is really busy, but I'll honestly try to hop on more like midweek, Wednesdays or Sundays. Those are best days for me right now. So let's get into it. So first off, happy Hispanic Heritage Month. I know that a lot of you, a lot of my audience members here and my other followers, I have a lot of minority followers and who are Latinx or African American or Nigerian or whatever background that you're in. Usually you're tuning in. And I want to refocus this channel on helping you guys really cultivate, a more well-rounded lifestyle, not only lifestyle, but also just higher experiences to get you out. Because the whole point of travel is so that you can get outside your comfort zone, so that you can elevate, and hopefully you can also use that little bit of fun time and get creative to see how. I know my channel mostly focuses on fun, things like that. I know that you guys have seen some of the snippets of my own travels abroad to Europe, to Milan or Portugal and whatnot. And that's just to show you what's out there, the capability of where you can go if you travel smart and if you cultivate the right attitude. So let's get into it. So what I want to announce to you guys today is share with you again my story of how I first began traveling, or how I first got to study abroad, actually. So my first travel experience was actually studying abroad, getting a scholarship overseas. And that happened almost 7-8 years ago or so. So my story is that I was in high school. I was just like every other high school student, honestly, just hunting for college scholarships, right? Going on scholarships.com. I think there's a lot of what other scholarship sites for students, um, you know, um, those type of websites. And I was just hunting for a scholarship because I did not want to go into the college debt scenario. Every time I looked at colleges and their fees and tuition that they would be charging, I was like, no, I'm I'm not doing this. There has to be a smarter way to doing this, right? And the good thing about me is that actually I grew up in a single parent household. Okay, so finances were always, a challenge for us. I remember my mom always arguing with, in the household. It was either my grandmother, my mom, or someone in the household always screaming or yelling about finances or being short on rent and things like that, and not being able to afford this and that, food and everything. I even had to grow up on, I was there. I grew up on the ramen noodles, on the SpaghettiOs, Kraft mac and cheese, because that's the easiest and most affordable way to eat something, right? And it's really quick. Going to school, lunch programs. I remember I needed shoes in like the third grade or something, or like for school, and I didn't even get new shoes. My shoes were so tight out at one point when I was like in the third grade or like kindergarten, and we didn't have enough money for that. Um, I remember even going back to school each year, and when the teacher would ask, "Oh, where did everyone go for the summer? How was your summer?" And everyone has like their own thing that they're saying, like, "Oh, I went to Colorado. Oh, I visit my aunt down in uh, you know, Austin," or everyone would go to, yeah, go travel somewhere else, vacation, and really have a good time, right? Summer camps, or something really fun and fantastical. And for my answer, my teacher would come to me and she would always ask, "Where do you go to?" And I was like, "Home." I would always say home, because that's the only place that we could go. Um, you know, I didn't even think about traveling or going somewhere else. I didn't know that people actually traveled outside of Texas or could afford that. Um, when I was in school, when I was in elementary school. And so I remember asking my mom, like coming back home, and then ask my mom, "Oh, why can't we travel to like Colorado or do something fun, like go to Disney World, go to these water parks in the summer, or other summer camps?" And my mom would be like, "Because it's too expensive." And since then, growing up, I always thought, like, I didn't have a reality of how expensive it would cost to, like, travel across state or whatnot. I remember my brother coming back every year to come visit us as kids in our house. He went away for school, to college, in a different state, and even eventually went overseas to France. And I would always be so grateful, seeing him, because I would always think, man, this must have been super super expensive, because I was always told that travel is super super expensive. So I thought it must have been like $5,000 to like $20,000. And then lo and behold, when I actually started traveling, and coming to the realization in high school, like how much these cost, then I was looking at flights. I was like, wow, a flight is only $200. Now, not having made any money, then that was like, okay, $200. Like, I mean, that's still a lot, for a high school student who's not working, who's in school and things like that. Then, but still, it wasn't like $20,000, $2,000. And that was always my mindset growing up. I thought it was really that expensive. Um, because I grew up in a single parent household. We lived in like the poor side of Dallas, and then moved to the suburbs. And so there, that's when I saw all of the that's where I actually saw other students who had houses and things like that. Their parents had houses or owned houses, And I couldn't understand why we didn't. I couldn't understand why we couldn't afford the same things. If I was just as smart, if I was just as motivated as them. Um, so long story short, I was always involved in extracurricular activities with school. If it was free, if it was a great opportunity, then I got involved, even if it was a volunteer opportunity. So I remember in high school, I got involved with Art Honor Society. I got involved with the debate team, even though I was super, super shy kid. And and even the academic decathlon. Now, I wasn't the brightest of the bunch, to be honest. Like, actually, my GPA was probably one of the lowest. It wasn't super low, but it was one of the lowest. Like, um, it was one of the lowest of like the academic decathlon team because these are super super smart students. But one day, my one teacher, sent me an invite, and he thought that I had a lot of potential in the club, and so I started getting involved there. I started competing in academic decathlon and ended up winning awards. And once I did academic decathlon, then I wanted to do other clubs as well. That's when I got into debate, and more art honor society, and then even the city government for the youth council in my city. So um, one thing eventually led to another. I just compiled if there was an announcement from the school, our high school, that said, hey, there's this program, then I would apply to that. I would write down what I needed or what I accomplished during high school and my high school resume to apply to scholarships then. um, and so I would gradually build myself. So the year that the when high school when senior high school came, then that's when I was ready to just go all in with my scholarship essays and just apply to what's out there. And finally, I end up landing a scholarship abroad to Germany as a youth ambassador. So it's a program that's um, partners with the U.S. Congress. So you are a congressional youth ambassador, and I got sponsored basically. I got this incredible award to go overseas and study, and that felt so amazing. When I actually found out, I was actually shocked, and I didn't even believe it at first because when I first came across this program, then I was like, this seems kind of like a scam. I don't know if it is or isn't, because I remember reading it a quick second, and I was like, a year? What do I really want to stay like that long in a foreign place? I haven't even traveled before. I've never left the country. I'm only 17 years old. Do I really want to do this? Do I even have funds, emergency funds just in case when I go abroad? So I had so many questions. And then I remember a couple of months later, I think I applied to this in the fall. A couple of months later, then I got a note saying that I was shortlisted as a candidate, and I was so shocked. I couldn't even believe it at the time. I was like, "There's no way. There's no way that they could be choosing me. I don't even have the highest GPA. It's not like I have a 4.0 GPA and everything, but I know that I actually tried or invested into myself as far as activities and things like that, really showing up as far as community work, doing a lot of volunteer work, doing a lot of, like I said, art honor society or decathlon team and things like that. Lo and behold, I went through the interview sessions in Dallas. My mom carried me there in Dallas, and they were interested. They were interested. From there, then they sent us to Michigan um, to have an orientation. And I remember one girl there, she was with us. I had no idea. I thought she was a regular accepted student like us. But no, she said that she was a shortlisted, like actual shortlisted candidate or waitlisted candidate. And they, still accepted her just in case if anyone decided to drop out, whatever. So at that point, then I felt super grateful. Like I had no idea that this type of opportunity was even out there, that this type of scholarship was out there. Was I really going to do this? Was I really going to travel for the first time overseas? I'd barely even been in a plane before. Like I had never been in a commercial, uh, aircraft until that program said, okay, we have our orientation here in Michigan. We're going to fly you out there. So this was crazy. This was crazy. I was going to get my flights paid for there. I was going to go to school there and a language camp. So it was all very nerve-wracking activity, nerve-wracking experience because I was a super shy kid growing up. But I always put myself out there to really step up. And even if I didn't have the funds to make a difference or to take part in different programs that other students had, because a lot of students, in my city, a lot of the students had money, or their parents had money, so the parents could afford them to go to this after school program or go to baseball practice or golf, or even there would be like this off-site school where you could take additional courses like in tech and graphic design. That's really like the school program I wanted to do, but I couldn't do that because we didn't have a car, and I didn't have transportation to get there. The only car we had was with my mom. So, long story short, then I ended up winning the scholarship at age 17 and going abroad to Germany for a year. From there, then I took language classes for about 3 weeks, starting from fresh. I did not know German before. Of course, I knew a few words like Auf Wiedersehen or Autobahn or Wie geht es dir? But not much more than that. So the language camp just offered me a time to get acclimated to a few elementary terms and phrases, right? And then from there, I stayed with the host family. Um, yes, I did have two host families. Sometimes that happens. And eventually, then we also had our official orientation meetups. We had a few orientation meetups in the meantime. One in Cologne, we had one in Cologne, I remember, and then one in Berlin. And funny enough, I actually ended up making artwork. I made 2 or 3 official artworks. One was in East Germany in a small city called Hadersleben, and the other one was I ended up making a large painting, which actually ended up being gifted and transferred over to the Bundestag. So that's a really long story, but it was really really cool to have this wonderful experience where I really got outside of my comfort zone, and it was my first time experiencing Europe. After so many people in America told me, it would be so scary and it would be super expensive. Then when I actually got there, I saw that it was actually not so expensive to live in. And fast forward even today, like I told you guys, I went. So I say all that to say that you have to keep your eyes open for different opportunities and not let other people's limited perspective of where you're trying to go or what's out there to really influence your own purpose and vision. Okay. I didn't know, I wasn't even particularly looking for this opportunity. I wasn't looking to even go abroad. I was just thinking, hey, I know I need a scholarship. Like, we do not have that type of money. Okay. We do not have that type of money. I need a scholarship to go to school. I need to go to college. I was thinking of going to college in Texas or maybe with Georgia at the time. And I just knew either way, I need a scholarship in order to get my education and go somewhere in life. Okay. I was not about to repeat this whole struggle life thing. So, long story short, then I ended up staying there and had an incredible time. And this is actually one of the experiences I always look back on. I know my friends, if they watch this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you always talk about this. You always talk about Germany." But I'm just like, yes, of course, because it's like your first love. Like, it's my first experience really going abroad. even traveling on a plane, which is crazy because, before I'd have never been able to do that, growing up. So, you really have to stay open to different opportunities, keep your horizons open, and especially in relation to Hispanic Heritage Month. Remember where ancestors came from. Remember where people before you, how hard they worked for you to get here. So to do something like travel or even get a scholarship abroad or to study abroad is such a grateful opportunity that you should really cherish, and take advantage of if you have the chance. So the whole reason why I want to give you guys, especially share some information in this video, is because I want you to start taking advantage of different opportunities out there. And I actually have a special course for you guys to take part in, to learn a little bit more about my own study abroad experience. No, you don't have to pay for it if you're a student. If you're a student, then I am offering you a special one-on-one scholarship for it. You can find the scholarship below in this video, in the video information, and then I'll attach the promo code. If you're interested, and you have trouble, then just message me on here on this video right here. If you have any trouble, then just message me on my YouTube channel. Okay. Yeah, comment in the sections. So so you guys can actually find the course on Udemy. Like I said, I'll attach the link in here in the video. But that's where you can learn more about the scholarship program that I was talking about. You can also learn about my own experiences. You can also learn about the top questions that you may have as far as, one, if studying abroad is right for you, should you take a gap year, would it align with your studies? I know some of you are, studying, looking to study medicine in the future, or looking to major in biology because you want to go to medical school, or maybe you want to go to law school, maybe you want to be an engineer, maybe you want to be in the arts. Either way, I have programs listed for you in that course. So go ahead and make sure that you sign up for the course at Udemy. It's called the Gap Year Guide, on, same as my YouTube channel, on Udemy. So follow the Gap Year Guide on Udemy, and you'll be able to register for the course there. Like I said, it is a full scholarship for students. So if you're studying, then you can go ahead. I'm already covering the fee for it. So just go ahead and request the promo code for it as a student. Okay. And also what I want to say is that you need to stay connected with whatever scholarship departments or career departments that you're having at your school, because sometimes they will have a list of what's out there and what programs you can connect with, to save money and to get more opportunities. A lot of students, they overlook that. They just go through their classes day in and day out, taking math or whatever, and then you meet with your other buddies. I know how it is, guys. Come on. You meet with your other buddies, college friends, and then you just hang out, and then you go to the dorms, and then you go to the the lunch area, but you need to make sure that you are applying to, I would say, a scholarship at least once a week if you can. And then if we're, very limited scenarios, then maybe once a month. But yeah, I totally understand it for those of you who are like, hey, I'm a student, I would still love to travel. But I can't because I'm in school, I'm studying journalism right now. I'm taking all these classes, and it's already expensive at my school. My parents paid all this tuition, or I'm paying the tuition. I know for me personally, like when I went to school after my study abroad year, all of the finances were on me. It was my complete decision to go to college, so there's no way that I'm going to put these loans on someone else, parents or whatever. So, and it was a great way to offset expenses. So if you are in college right now and you are scared about taking on a huge college loan, your very first year, or you are kind of in a limbo state where you're not sure if you want to go exactly into college or if you want to work, then or if you are an accomplished student and you just want to diversify your resume, especially if you are an international relations major, if you're a liberal arts major, studying journalism or writing or communications, the arts, or international business, linguistics, you have a language major, then especially you need to make sure that you are signing up for this course, sign up for the course, register for the course, and make sure to also attend my upcoming masterclass that I have. A masterclass class as well, I'm offering to students as well, completely complimentary, free, so that you guys can actually learn. You guys can learn more about me, as well as just learn the process of what it's like studying abroad, what type of scholarships and funding is out there, so that you can actually fund your own travels. And I know a lot of people are like, oh well, you should travel. Like, you're young, you don't need to travel right now. You should be going to college, and going through the 4-year program, getting your paper and things like that. When actually, I believe it's the opposite. I believe that you should be traveling now as a young person, before you have kids, before you have a full-time job that you feel like you're stuck in, before you before you get too tired. I know so many people now, especially like they're like they're like they're like 40 now or whatnot. And even though that's not that old, I'm not knocking anyone here. Even though that's not that old, they have kids. So I know single mothers who have kids right now, and to even think about traveling, it would just be it would actually be more stressful to travel, even now that they have the funds. Or I know women who are in corporate and they're so tired from their 9 to 5 job, going in office or even working remote. Sometimes they're still just tired, and they don't have the energy to travel or to think about travel planning, booking their travel program or finding packages, things like that. They're tired of it. They're just tired of whatever they have in front of them. So now, as a young person, as a student, you're in your early 20s, or you're 18, you're at least 18 here, hopefully, and you want to really expand your horizons and become a more well-rounded, more mature person, then go ahead and take the opportunity to travel, take a study abroad here. Now, for some of you guys may be asking, okay, well, will I get college credits for it? Will I get credits for it? It really all depends on what your school says. So that's something that you can ask your school. And some schools are like, yeah, absolutely. We love that our student is going abroad. Like, they got this incredible scholarship. And just make sure that you document the credits and whatnot. And then other schools may be like, hey, well, we just need, very tedious notes. We need a lot of notes saying that you did X, Y, and Z that matches our curriculum. So you really just have to speak to your own school. Again, this is for both high school students and college students who I'm speaking to right now, as far as these types of opportunities. And don't be afraid. It's better to try something and then go for it than to just guess your whole life and then see other people taking advantage of something that you only have unlimited time to take advantage of. So there are for the scholarships I'm talking about, there are some budgets there. Well, sorry guys, the light is going down. There are some criteria that you need to meet, but it's basic criteria that really anyone should make. Okay, so hopefully you're making more than 2.5 GPA, right? Hopefully you're involved in at least some extracurricular activities. Maybe you've done at least one activity or a few activities that show your own leadership skills. And moving from there. Sorry guys, I'm getting some messages here. So, and this is speaking from someone who's, they went ahead and tried it. I went ahead and tried it. I at least said, okay, I'm going to give myself a chance. And then, I decided to, okay, I'm going to take college classes. Then I decided to, pursue my college education, go to university, take tech classes. I took tech classes as well. Later thereafter, back in the US, and still carried on my life from there. Ended up getting a full-time job, even, with the airlines. So traveling more from there. And when I look back at it, I'm like, this is such a random idea. This is such a random adventure that I'm going on. But now when I look back, then I'm like, oh my gosh, it totally fits, because I mean, that's what I always wanted to do, was travel and do art and, have time for my own projects that I'm passionate about and help other people. So go ahead and make sure that you are, one, subscribed to this channel, two, you are joined to the Udemy course, you're registered for the Udemy course. And three, you are registered for my upcoming masterclass, which is in a few weeks. Right now, I have it planned for October 16th. If there's extra time, then maybe there is, maybe I'll do like another live video then. But on the 16th, then I plan to be in the masterclass. If you are wondering if I'm going to go live, then that's when. If I have a masterclass, usually that's when I am. I won't be on YouTube. I will be in that masterclass. All right, so I wanted to put that out there to especially help my ladies of color, women of color. I know how hard it is. You're faced with a lot of challenges that society puts upon us. And, it's all a matter of seeing those obstacles and then being creative about going about that. If you want to level up in society, you have to be strategic about things. And it may not be the mainstream way, and it may not be the way that 90% of people go about it. But if it gets you to where you need to go, then that can be a make it or break it opportunity for you. Or that could be an opportunity to what you have going on. So I hope this video was helpful to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you know anyone else, if you know anyone in college or in high school, they're looking for scholarships right now, then go ahead and tell them to subscribe to this channel and specifically tune in on Sundays, because that's when I want to do more of these type of videos on special scholarships and opportunities, specifically for college students and high school students. The rest of my videos, professionals who are transitioning and wanting to travel, then you can tune in. You can look at my videos as well. And in any case, thank you guys so much for joining and watching through this, watching through with me. If you want to support, you can support You can support one either through the channel if you see it through the chat, or you can support in private. For the Udemy, like I said, I offer scholarships. I offer to cover the entry fee for the course on Udemy, the Gap Year Guide. But if you want to go ahead and purchase that, that can be a way to support my channel, as well as this for this, this is not paid work. This is not paid work for me. I'm not getting paid extra for posting this video. I'm not getting paid to create a video or to do videos on YouTube. This is something that I love to do. Travel is something that I love to do. It's something that I've become good at as far as becoming more strategic and smart about how I go about travel. And it's something that I believe that other women should definitely partake in more, to really open up your horizons and life experiences, and as well as career and educational opportunities, right? I will say that recently I was actually awarded with a scholarship. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm also looking at these messages that I'm getting here, my other tab. But I will say that I was recently awarded with an Exchange Ambassador Award. So for that specific award, it's granted towards minorities who are really wanting to make a difference and have more diversity and inclusiveness, especially for exchange scholarships, exchange scholarships and other educational programs. I'm so sorry, guys. The other pages, it's like freezing here. And so I'm very blessed to have received that award. That's one of the reasons why I feel motivated to also share this information opportunity with you guys right now, since you've been watching my channel and you guys love travel. I love travel, and we love all things international here. So I thought it was fitting to share this with you guys. For universities, I will, if you are a university professor or university, you work with a school or something, and you want me to share more of the scholarship information with you, then you can go ahead and message me here on YouTube at the Gap Year Guide, and I'm happy to share more about the programs as well. If you would like me to speak as well on more of these, on my own story, and on other opportunities as well, then you can go ahead and, like I said, message me here on YouTube. Also, feel free to support through the Udemy channel as well. And by course, leave a review and travel on. So I hope you guys like this video. So I apologize for some of the pauses here. I think when you're on YouTube, then it uses up some bandwidth. But I hope this was informative for you guys. Again, check out the links for students. Go ahead and look at the scholarship links or scholarship promo code to get your full scholarship from my course. If you would like to support this channel and support me in sharing more information about college scholarships, high school scholarships, to especially help minority students and young professionals. I also have some opportunities for young professionals who are still building your career, things like that. Then go ahead and support as well right here. If you ask what would be helpful, then I'll leave that up to you to decide. It can be anywhere from, if you're on a budget, then $5, it could be $20, it could be $100, whatever you feel comfortable with, and whatever you feel that you're giving from your heart. And that is a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys really like this video. I want to get more videos out, and particularly focus on, 1 or 2 days during the week to really chat either via YouTube or masterclass, for students, free master classes for students. Yeah, and even sometimes one opportunity, let's say you don't want to go to Germany, then there are other opportunities that I'm also sharing where you can go to other countries. You can go to Ghana, you can go to Argentina, you can go to UK and um, other countries. It just depends on the program. So that's why you need to tune into the masterclass so that I can get those essential questions answered for you, and you can see the top programs that I suggest that you go on. And the reason why my masterclass is unique and important is because then I've already done the vetting through the programs, at these particular programs. Then they help you with they can also help you get practical experience so that you can put it on your resume and use it towards a job experience. So that could be really helpful for you guys who are looking to go not only into politics or government or national relations or work as a foreign service officer, but also for you guys who want to get intersectional skills or skills that intermingle. Maybe you want to work in marketing, then maybe learning French or going to Nigeria, or maybe going to a French-speaking country in Africa will really help you to at least learn some French and maybe cater to that market as well if you're pursuing marketing. Maybe even you want to start your own business. This can still be a great opportunity in the future, because really for entrepreneurs, you leverage any of your experiences to make your business work. So it can definitely work for a lot of backgrounds. All right. So thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you, guys and ladies. Some guys tuned into my channel. Go ahead, subscribe to this channel, give a thumbs up, leave a review on the Udemy channel, and tune in to my masterclass.